Hi everyone, Melanie here from Bowie. This evening I am going to demonstrate how I put leather soles on my hand-felted slippers. If you are watching this, you may have purchased my slipper sole kit. In that kit you get a pair of leather soles that have already been punched with holes. You get the waxed Irish linen twine, and you also get some shoe glue because we glue and stitch the soles. You will need also a strong needle and something to spread the glue with. I've just got a kiwi fruit spoon and knife, and you'll need a pair of scissors. You don't need to have any shoe lasts, although I use them. They're great, but they're not essential. So I'll show you how I do it with both. So here are a pair that I've already soled using the twine and some soft leather, soft but durable leather. You'll notice that they go up a little bit at the back, and this is to prevent wear and tear on the heel, as that's the place where the most wear and tear is going to be found. So these ones have already been finished, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to sole a pair of slipper boots this evening and show you how to do it. So once your slippers you've made your slippers and they're dry, you can then put a sole on them. So the way we do this is I'm just going to move these to the side. We turn the pre-punched soles over. Then you're going to use the shoe glue, pierce the top. There are a number of different ways of doing this. There are instructions on the back of the shoe glue that I have in my kit. So there's a number of different ways you can do this. So I'm just going to do one of those ways, the simplest way. So you can choose what you want to do. So I'm just going to put some shoe glue like so. Not too much. I think the shoe glue will last for 2 pairs of slippers or anything else you might want to glue. So I'm just putting, now you'll notice I'm not putting it on the edge. We don't want it on the edge because that will interfere with your sewing, and we don't want glue seeping out the side as you are sewing. So I'm just using this kiwi fruit spoon and knife just to spread it evenly across without going near the edge. You can also use PVA craft glue for this. Smells a little bit less too. I'm just going back. All right, it says that I can join with a wet bond and then apply to one surface only and immediately press together, lightly clamp or until dry. You probably won't need to clamp it. I haven't. So now you're going to put your slipper with this is the left foot on top of the sole, and then you're going to turn it over and just make sure that it's even on the sole all the way around, that you've got it straight, especially the heel, which can tend to go astray. And you'll notice, see, it comes up at the back a little bit. So I'm just making sure that's even, and I'll push it down. I've got a last inside this one, but I haven't got one inside this one. Okay, now I'm doing this side, so you can do it. I'm just moving this one out of the way, so you can do it with easily without a last. See, this one isn't very straight. The last does help you get it straighter, but it's not completely necessary. I'm just going to move this up a bit. Okay. Then I'm going to press it down, put some pressure on it. Just going to check again that it's even all the way around. Let's check the heel, check that they're even. I can see that they're pretty even. Sorry about the shadow, I'm doing this at night time. Okay, so once you've done that and they're pressed on, you can leave them to fully dry. But if you don't want to do that, that is absolutely fine. Now you're going to start to stitch. So take your twine and you'll want to unravel it. So I normally do about an arm's length and a half. Now I'm pretty tall. I'm 176 centimeters, so my arms are quite long. But if you're using the kit, you just want to divide it in half. It's going to be a fairly long thread. And now I'm just going to thread the needle and pull the waxed thread through so it's not so long. And I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to start on the inside, but it's your choice where you want to start. I tend to start from the inside, just opposite where the opening is, and then you're just going to kind of push it so that it folds, and you're going to. Okay, so here's a close-up. So I'm going to put the needle through, but not all the way to the other side. And I'm going to pull it through and leave a little bit of a tail. And then I'm going to do the same thing again through the same hole. Please excuse my hands. I've been eco-printing today and they're quite mucky, even though I've used lemon juice to get it off. So I've gone through and I've made a loop, and then I've gone through the loop again, and then you get like a knot, and then you can pull it. Now if you end up with a bit of a tangle there, I just pull the end. And there you go, you're ready to start. So you've got a nice secure knot there. Now, continue along. You're going to go through each hole with a whip stitch. So you're just going to pick up some of the felt, but not going all the way through to the inside of the shoe, because we don't want to disrupt the comfort of the shoe with stitching on the inside. And we're going to just continue with this whip stitch. And pull it firmly, but not too tight. If it's too tight, we don't want it to pull through the leather and the felt. Sorry, I'm moving around. This is not great, and it's really hard to keep this steady. If you're going to tangle, you just untangle it, pull it through. So you're going to continue like this all the way around. After about 9 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 9 stitches. I like to do a knot similar to the one I did at the beginning. Oh gosh, so hard to keep still. I've got in a mess, hang on. Okay. And you notice how I'm moving my fingers along to the next hole, and that will prevent you missing a hole, which is very frustrating. Now pretend I've done 9. So now I'm going to go through that hole again with my needle and pull it through till I get a loop. And here's the loop, make it smaller. Then I'm going to go through that loop once and then again. Of course it's not working because I'm doing a video. And then you're going to pull that. Oh, it's very tight. I don't know why it's not working. Okay. I'm just going to fiddle with that knot. Until it pulls tight. That's it. So you can see there. So if, for instance, anything happens and you catch this on something and it pulls, if you've got knots every 10th stitch, it won't pull the whole lot off, and then you can just repair the bit that's broken. So continue like that all the way around to the end, and then finish at the same spot and do the same knot at the end, and I'll come back at the end and show you what to do. Okay, I've come to the end. I've got one more stitch to do. So there I am. So I'm just going to go under here and through the original hole. I'm going to pull through. Hang on a second. It's a bit tricky. So I'm going to pull that through like that. Then I'm going to do that knot, so I'm going to go through that hole again, pull it through, make a loop, and then go through that loop once, twice, and then pull it. Oh, it worked this time. Okay, and then go just next to it through the felt without going all the way through to the inside, and pull that through the felt out to the other side, and then using your scissors you're going to trim off that original bit that you left, and then trim that right up against the felt. Okay, and there you have a sole on your slippers. Okay, so that's one slipper completely done. Going to zoom back out very poorly. Okay. All right, so there is the sole. I have a last in here, but I'll take it out. You don't need a last. You don't even need a last to make a pair of slippers. But so there you go. It goes up at the back. And it's just a really nice, neat way to do a sole without having to use an awl and have the stitching on the inside, which I think interferes with the comfort of the shoe. All right, so go ahead and do exactly the same thing with the other slipper, and then you'll end up with a pair of slippers that are really durable, and all you have to do is just give these a wipe every now and then if you're wearing them on hard wooden floors, etc., tiles. Just give them a wipe with a wet cloth every now and then just to keep them in top condition. So if you would like to order either a pair of slippers, a slipper making kit, or a sole kit, you can go to bowie.com to do that, and I will leave the link down below. Thank you for watching.